Thursday morning yoga. We are going to have a yin yang practice today. It's called stretch and relax, which I think is good practice whether you're on the mat or off the mat. So let's go ahead and settle in. I had a request for tight hips. So if you have tight hips, your practice starts right now, sending some energy to that space and maybe some breath. Start sending a good intention that will open up those hips. And if your need is not hips, then your work starts right now, sending breath, energy, mindfulness to that space in your body that really needs it. So everybody take a deep inhale through the nose. Draw in a little more breath, hold it at the top, and exhale, sigh it out the mouth. One more time, this time notice how that moves your body. On an inhale, take the breath in through the nose. Feel your chest expand, feel your belly expand, feel your shoulders raise a little bit and get taller. Hold it, exhale, sigh it out the mouth. Feel your shoulders draw down your back, your sits bones get heavier. Take one more on your own. And now we'll close our lips and come to a nose-to-nose breath. Save your mouth-to-mouth breath for, when you're sleeping in the car. You can close your eyes here and settle in. Get really comfortable. I'm going to ask us to think about, as you're inhaling, bringing the air from the ground up the front body. Lifting, almost stretching you taller. And then the exhale out the nose, sending the breath down the back body. And let everything sink towards the floor, getting really grounded. Let's start to make that cycle happen as you breathe in and exhale out. Maybe on the next inhale, stretch yourself a little taller, stacking your belly button over your pelvis, your chest over your belly button, spine of your neck, crown of your head. And the exhale, making sure everything feels really grounded down the back body. Inhale, stretches you a little bit taller. Exhale, relax everything down. Send the shoulders down the back, hips, bones heavy, sits bones heavy in your hips. So even the knees heading towards the ground. 3 more breaths just like this. Lots of breaths to get started, sending these signals to your mind that everything's okay, you're calm, you're cool, you're safe. Bring your hands together at prayer and a little away from your chest. Go ahead and press the palms together, elbows coming out wide. Just a couple breaths here, focusing on all the sensations of the fingertips against each other, the palms of your hands against each other, the way your elbows feel out in midair. Press a little harder. And on an inhale, we're going to take these pressed hands all the way up overhead. Nice, deep, slow inhale. Raise them all the way up overhead. Now, drop your shoulders away from your ears. You can have a little bit of bend in your elbow so that we're not up like this. Drop it down a little bit. Inhale deeply, press the palms together. Exhale, separate the hands, give yourself some space. Notice what that does, allowing your shoulders to drop down your back. Spread your fingers wide, maybe make a fist and then spread your fingers wide. Feel all the sensations of your fingertips radiating up towards the ceiling. On an inhale, grow a little taller, stretch. Exhale, relax down the backside. Come back to that. Inhale up the front body. Stretch, feel the space between your fingertips. Exhale down the back body. One more breath here. Growing, stretching, and then relaxing into it. Bring the right hand to the ground. Let's take a side bend to the right. Keeping in mind this inhale, lifting and stretching out of the side body, and exhale, relaxing over for a deeper side bend. One more. Inhale back to center. Nice big morning stretches here. Spread the fingers wide. Exhale, send the left hand down to the ground. And let's take the side stretch here. 2 breaths. Pay attention to what the breath is doing to the body, how it's moving you. into all the sensations. So much to keep you in the present moment right here. Inhale back to center, arms come overhead. Let's bring the palms together, press them hard, and exhale, send them right back to where we started, heart center. Great. All right, let's start on hands and knees. Here we go. Take all that intention with you, the breath, the movement, the grow, the stretch, the relax, and here we are in tabletop. Let's just take some cats and cows, bringing to mind, so set everything up, nice parallel lines from hands to feet. And keep in mind, as you lift your chin and chest and your tail to the sky and drop your belly, think about the stretching that's happening, really growing this big. And on an exhale, think about relaxing everything in, giving yourself permission to bring your chin to your chest, your tailbone under. This is like a relaxing space in cat. On an inhale, slow and steady, stretch everything out to cow. Feel the long belly stretch, drop the shoulders away from your ears, and then exhale, cat back. Relaxing everything in. Take 2 or 3 more on your own. Just warming up the spine, stretching everything out. Paying attention to the sensations. And when you're ready, maybe you take some C shapes too. So we hit all sides of the spine before we start to flow. So C shape, just gaze over the left shoulder, bump the hips to the left. Again, stretching into this C shape and then relaxing back to center. Take it to the other side. And if you need something more, go ahead and add it in. Hip circles, a little, move it in towards a child's pose, cat cow, whatever you need. Let's go ahead and send the hips back, actually. Now that I said child's pose, I want that. Send the arms out, just a nice long stretch. Relax the hips towards the heels. Stretch the arms as far as they'll go, pushing away from the mat. And then inhale back to down dog, down to tabletop. We're gonna curl the toes under, come into down dog. Take some time to pedal this out. Bending into one knee, sending the other heel to the ground. Just make this feel really good. I just want to get a little bit more stretching in before we start this big movement in our flow. On the inhale, we'll look forward and walk the feet to the front of the mat. We're in forward fold. To get a long, straight spine, let's go ahead and take a half lift. Make it a nice, tall half lift, sending the crown of the head to the, stretching to the front of the mat, and send the tailbone to the back. Make it long and flat. Pull the belly button up into the spine, and then exhale, forward fold. Getting into a neat, nice, deep forward fold. Send the crown of the head towards the floor. Gazes at the knees, lots of bend in the knees if that feels good. And let's walk it to the right. Nice stretch in the left side body. Inhale back to center, walk it to the left. Inhale back to center, and then we're gonna slowly roll this all the way up to Tadasana, mountain pose. Arms can come overhead. And then exhale, bring the palms right through heart center. Here we are, how we started again. Press the palms together in this prayer pose. Really press, elbows go out left to right. And on an inhale, let's slowly inhale those fingertips to the sky. Pressing, pressing, pressing. Inhale, lift. And then exhale, give yourself a little space between the hands. Let the shoulders drop down the back. Let's take a side bend. Your choice to the right. Couple breaths here. Inhale, stretch. Exhales, relax or ground down. Nice deep inhales and exhales, moving into the stretch. Inhale back to center, take it to the left. Feeling all those morning creaks. Woo! Lots of crunching happening on this mat. Embrace it. Inhale back to center. Palms come together, slide in through heart, elbows left to right. And then release. All right, we're gonna take a flow variation here. You'll notice maybe Sun Salutation B. So come to the top of your mat if you've migrated. On an inhale, lift the arms overhead, send the hips back, chair pose. We'll be here for a couple breaths. So try to see your toes. Maybe send the hips back a little bit more weight in the heels. And with arms overhead or slightly out front, drop the shoulders down, away from the ears, down the back. On an inhale, straighten the legs, stand up tall, and exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, half lift, and exhale, let's step right back to down dog. Push back, heels send towards the floor. Inhale, lift the right leg to the sky. Exhale, bring the knee towards the nose, and then step the foot forward. We'll come onto the left knee, top of the left foot, and then inhale, lift up to kneeling crescent. Inhale, lift and stretch. Exhale, send the shoulders down the back. One more, a little slight back bend here. Exhale, bring the hands to the ground, step back to down dog. Inhale, lift the left leg to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, step the foot between the hands, come into kneeling crescent. Uncurl the back toes. Inhale, lift the arms overhead. Inhale, really lift and reach. Exhale, settle deeper into the lunge. Inhale, slight back bend. Exhale, deeper into the lunge. Bring the hands to the ground. Step back to down dog. Pedal it out. 3 breaths here. I'm giving you a bit of a sun B variation, and we're going to repeat this, but next time with like crescent, regular warrior A. So you decide if you want to repeat this or if you want to take it up a level. And just be honest with yourself. What do you need today? Inhale, look forward, step to the front of the mat. It's inhale for a half lift. Exhale, forward fold, bend the knees, and come right into chair pose. Let's just take a couple breaths here to set this. Send the hips back, look for the toes, and then gaze goes up. Inhale, straighten the legs, bring the hands through heart center, Samasthiti, equal standing pose. Let's bring the hands to the sides and take a quick body scan, head to toe. Come back into your deep nose-to-nose breathing. Just take a moment to pause and reflect. One more inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, come into chair pose. Arms go overhead, hips sink back. Inhale, straighten the legs. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step back to down dog or come into high plank. We'll take a half vinyasa. So your exhale lowers you down to low push-up. Inhale, bring the chest forward, up dog. Curl the toes under, down dog. So you've got lots of options here on amping up the intensity or bringing it right back down to what we first started with. Inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, bring the foot between the hands. Pivot the left foot, come to warrior A. Lift from the core. And let's take 2 breaths here. Square the hips. Inhale, lift the chest and the gaze to the sky. Exhale, settle into the lunge. 1 more breath here. Exhale, hands come to the mat. Either take it to down dog or half vinyasa. That's high plank, low push-up. Inhale, pull the chest through, up dog. Curl the toes under, down dog. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, foot comes between the hands. Pivot the right foot, come up to warrior A on this side. 3 breaths here to settle in. Make all your adjustments. And don't forget to lift, stretch. Exhale down the back body, sink into the lunge. A really intense pose here. All your muscles moving, working. Exhale, bring the hands to the ground in either half vinyasa or step back to down dog. 3 breaths in this down dog. So in Ashtanga, you would take 5 of those sun Bs one after another, and it's really intense. But I also think slowing it down this way can be pretty intense too. Really stretching all those leg muscles. Inhale, look forward. Step the feet to the front of the mat. Take that flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Sink the hips down and 1 more chair pose. Take one more breath here. Inhale, bring the hands together, straighten the legs. Come to standing. Hands come at your sides. Let's go ahead and just pause here in mountain. Come back to your nose-to-nose breath. Send some gratitude from the top of your head to your toes, and then back up again. All right, while we're in Ashtanga mode, when you come to the center of your mat, you might want to face sideways. You might want to wall. We're going to do a little balancing. This will be a space to send some breath to those hips too. On the inhale, let's stand up tall, hands on the hips. When you're ready, bring the right knee into the chest. Hands can come around and squeeze that knee in and up. All right, choices here. You can stay right here, flex the foot or point the toe, your choice, but something going on with the foot there. You can reach down and grab the toe and kick that foot out. We're here for 5 breaths. Or you can keep holding on to the knee. I've got a deep, deep bend here. You don't want your shoulder coming out of socket, so just give yourself some love. All right, I think we're about 5. Your choice is to either open this leg up to the side, or if that is not going to work, come back to the knee. Send breath to the hips, lift up and out of the standing leg as tall as you can. And if you come out of this balance, that's okay. Just come back into it. This is the balancing series part of Ashtanga. It's really great for aligning your bones and your posture. So like trying to get this parallel to the ground is your goal, especially if your foot was out long. Inhale the knee back to center how we started, and then everybody bring your hands to your hips, and it's okay to hold the wall. Kick the foot out, either pointed toe or flexed foot. 5 breaths here. Nice deep inhales, lifting you out of the standing leg. This is really going to strengthen your hip flexor. Lots of sitting makes that weak, and whoo, I can feel this. Maybe you point and flex the toe to take your mind off of what's going on up here in the hip crease. Inhale, bring the knee back in, give it a little squeeze, set it down, and walk it up. We've got one more side. Inhale, bring the left knee into the chest. Less talking, right? Okay, we'll just 5 counts on each side. Nice deep inhales and exhales. Send that foot out long. So either grab the toe or just hold the knee. Find a little drishti, a space to hold your gaze, will help with the balance. We'll open this gate out to the side. Oh, and I forgot, oh, nice hip pop. I forgot, you can also send the gaze over the right shoulder for a little extra balance. You know, if you need that. Lifting tall, 2 more breaths here. I don't want to cheat us. Bring the knee back to center. Everyone, hands on the hips. Kick that foot out. Point or flex the toe and just keep lifting the foot to the sky, even if it's an inch off the floor. Your hip flexor will thank you one day. 2 more breaths. Inhale the knee back to center, set the foot down, shake it out. And then we'll step our feet probably as wide as your short edge of your yoga mat. Point the toes out. Hands come back to center. Go ahead and press those palms together. Send the elbows out left to right again. Let's inhale. Lift the fingertips to the sky. Nice deep stretch. Open the hands a little bit wider. Inhale again. Exhale, send all the energy down the back body. Nice and grounded. Bring the hands together. Slide them through heart center. And let's take this elevator all the way down. Sending the hips back. Knees go out wide. Coming into a yoga squat. All right, settling in. So let's practice again. Inhale, lift and stretch the upper body. Exhale, send the hips and everything to the ground. Left hand can come to the ground if you want. If you want to stay right here, you can. Or left hand comes to the ground, right hand reaches up, taking a little opening twist. and then just switch sides. Everything's connected, lots of work going on here. And when you're ready, your bottom's just gonna come to the mat. Legs will go out long, so adjust yourself as needed. Bring the right foot to the ground, knee to the sky, and we'll take Marichyasana, letter C. So left elbow comes around that right knee, right hand behind the hip. Inhale, stretch, sit up tall. Exhale, twist from the waist. Gaze goes over the right shoulder. Let your breath move you into this twist. Don't yank. One more breath. Inhale, bring yourself back to center. The right knee is going to come to the ground. Sole of the right foot towards the left leg. Inhale, arms go up. Square your chest over your left leg and then exhale, forward fold. Gaze goes out over past the toe, nice long flat back. As long as you can make it. Inhales, expand your belly. Exhales, squeeze the air out, send the crown of the head towards the toe. One more breath like that. Try to bring the elbow and the shoulders down the back. And then inhale back to center. We're just going to switch sides. So right foot goes long, left foot plants, right elbow comes around the left knee. We'll take that twist. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. Inhale, stretch. Get your crown of your head really tall. And then exhale, relax into the twist. One more breath. With control, come back to center. Send that left knee to the ground. Inhale, arms go up, square your chest. Exhale, forward fold over the right leg. 3 breaths here. Really trying to get as long and flat in your back as you can. Use the breath to lengthen and stretch. Inhale back to center. And we're going to come onto our back, knees pointing towards the sky. Bring the feet as wide as the mat. Maybe toes are even off the mat. And then send the knees together. So feet off the mat, knees come together. Hands can be wherever you'd like, maybe even on your belly or your hip points. This is structured resting posture. And that's what we're gonna do. Send some breath to the hips, letting the knees just drop in. And if they don't touch, that's perfectly fine. Come back to your nose-to-nose breathing. Maybe you can even hear your breath in your ears. 4 more breaths right here. Just integrating everything we did on our mat into our body, sending everything some love. And then you'll send the heels of your feet to each corner of the mat and let the toes spill off the edge. Hands can go down at your sides, palms up, and we'll spend 10 silent breaths right here. I'll count for you. All you have to do is lay there. Don't even think of anything. Got your back. Feel really supported by the floor. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Welcome yourself back to this morning. Hands can come together in prayer. Bring them right up to your third eye. Send yourself love and gratitude for showing up this morning, showing up for yourself. And with that, the light and love in me sees the love and light in each of you. Namaste.